Hello, I'm ólöf Arnalds and this is awoo.stockholm.
Stockholm.
Ólöf, it's a pleasure to have you here. You once said that you see music as colours. Are you thinking about the colours when you compose?
Yeah, always. Yeah, I remember it's a way of memorizing what I do. When I hear music or when I hear it, it affects me in a visual way. But it's hard to say. Sometimes actually all my best songs, they come out of good conversations. So I have a good vivid conversation with someone and then I walk away and boom, there's a new song. So yeah, it's hard to say, but I think there are some words in my head that are missing when it comes to dividing influence in and output. I don't know.
But that's probably one reason why your music is so great. So
yeah,
that's not a problem.
It's a gift and a curse.
Björk said about you that your voice is somewhere between a child and an old woman. And in your song, Numbers and Names, you have a line that says, sometimes I feel so alone, my friends have all grown up, they think. Are you grown up or not?
I think I'm a grown-up when I have to be. For example, when I have to take responsibility or when I try to take responsibility. I think I'm a grown-up when I guide my son, for example. I can't allow myself to be in the child self when I'm raising a child, because that would be sort of stealing his thunder, because he has to be the child in the home. But I would say that I have a somehow like I don't know if it's stubbornness or if it's something that I can't handle, but I feel that I'm always very close to the child self, and I need to be in contact with it so I can do what I do.
You also said that sudden elevation, you're thinking of it as a friend to someone who's lonely, and I was wondering what's the best thing a friend can do for someone who's lonely, or the best piece of advice?
I think good friends, they accept you as you are, and they encourage you to be who you are. They give you space. I think some of the best friends I've had have never wanted to give any advice, because ultimately I think every person has to know for himself or herself what they want to do and what the next step is for them. So advice can sometimes be worse than none.
Sudden Elevation was crowdfunded, and your current EP, Free the Matador, is free for download on Bandcamp. And you started a music venue called Mengi.
Yeah.
Do you think there's some sort of do-it-yourself ethos in Iceland just now, or is it everywhere?
I think it is everywhere, because it has to be that way, because reality has changed when it comes to how copyrighted work can be materialized or distributed. So you can choose whether that is a dispowerment to you, or whether you decide that it is something that is an empowerment for you. I think music is in a unique position, because when the digitalization happened, music was sort of first in, but the funny thing is that music was the last thing to be captured. You know, because
okay.
you would have books before, and you would have paintings, and you would have thought, you know, captured into a material form, but music wasn't captured into a material form until in the 20th century, and it only managed to stay there for a very short time. And I think the music has that strength, that it's always been a wild card, and it's always relied on live performance, and that is a part of the inspiration for starting Mengi as a concert venue or an art space. So, yeah, the importance of live performance.
How is it going with Mengi? How many gigs do you have, or like what do you do with them?
Well, it's not just me. You know, I'm just a part of a bigger collective, and it's new in Iceland to have a dedicated concert venue with 3 gigs a week. You know, and the income is mostly going to the artists. So it's supposed to be an encouraging place. It's a self-generating performance space, but it's not only music. There's also spoken word, stand-up, theater performances, or yeah.
Sounds like a really good reason to go to Iceland.
Yeah, it's also important when you have so many people who are traveling to Iceland because they're interested in the culture, but when they visit the country, they can't find a concert in town. You know, because if they're not there during some sort of festival season, then there's nothing there. I think it's very important because Icelandic music is being exported so much. It's all about export, but you need to have some sort of foundation. You need to have something. Where is all this music supposed to come from? That you're then gonna export. You know, so what's beautiful about Mengi is also that it's a place where people also they meet, and there's so it creates it encourages creative dialogue, it encourages collaboration. That is not just like, hi, I'm somebody on Facebook, do you want to do something with me? You know, it's a little bit more like trying to bring together people that have maybe in some ways been isolated from each other in the Icelandic community, each one sort of in their corner working on their, you know, like racehorses with, you know, to just have a little, more of a conversation. I think people need company. I think they need to be together, and I think people need to experience things together. And yeah, we have a saying in Icelandic which is something like maður manns gaman, which is a man or a person is the fun for another person. Yeah, maður manns gaman.
That's really nice. That's much better than that we're the other person's wolf, or whatever that other saying is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds nice. Thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you. Lovely to meet you.
No pressure.
No pressure. Awoo, Stockholm.